U.S. agents for the purpose of FDA compliance. If you're a foreign company looking to crack into the U.S. market with your food, drug, medical device, or cosmetic product, you're going to need more than a killer product and a dream. You must have a U.S. agent. No, not the action hero kind with sunglasses and secret missions, though that would be way cooler. We're talking about the unsung heroes of FDA compliance, the regulatory U.S. agents who help you navigate the maze of Food and Drug Administration, FDA, registration requirements. So, what is a U.S. agent? A U.S. agent is a United States-based representative appointed by a foreign establishment, that's you, to interact with the FDA on your behalf. Such appointment is by the owner, operator, or agent in charge of the facility, or an individual authorized by the owner, operator, or agent in charge of the facility. After a foreign facility submits a registration, FDA will verify that the person or entity identified as the U.S. agent, such as ITB Holdings LLC, has agreed to serve. The FDA sends a confirmation notification of a foreign facility registration to the U.S. agent to ensure that the U.S. agent is aware of the connection. The agency will not confirm any registration or provide the foreign facility with a registration number until the U.S. agent's confirmation within 30 days. If the U.S. agent wishes to no longer serve the already registered foreign facility, the foreign facility will have 60 calendar days to update the facility's registration with a new U.S. agent. They act as the middle person between your company and the FDA, especially when it comes to questions about your products, registration, or that slightly nerve-wracking facility inspection you might get someday. FDA is authorized to assess and collect fees to cover costs for certain activities, including re-inspection related. A re-inspection is one or more inspections conducted subsequent to an inspection that identified non-compliance materially related to a safety requirement of the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act, specifically to determine whether compliance has been achieved. For a foreign facility, FDA will assess and collect fees for re-inspection related costs from the U.S. agent for the facility. U.S. agents are not required to be your best friends, but they do need to be reliable, knowledgeable, and based in the United States. FDA treats representations by the U.S. agent as those of the foreign facility, and will consider information or documents provided to the U.S. agent the equivalent of providing the information or documents to the foreign facility. Therefore, most foreign establishments or facilities expect their U.S. agent to be at least bilingual. Can your U.S. agent speak Spanish, French, German, Dutch, Italian, Portuguese, Chinese, Japanese, Korean? Also, time zones not just in the U.S. but around the world are usually challenging. U.S. agents' working hours can make a difference. Email exchanges are great when responses are provided the same day, but additional instant and 24/7 live support chat is much better. Ready to switch U.S. agent? October 1st through December 31st each year is the best time frame. However, that can happen anytime. Get the service your company deserves at the cost you can afford. When do you need one? The moment you decide to sell FDA-regulated products in the United States from outside the country, it's time to start your search. Here's the breakdown. 1. Food facilities need to register under the Food Facility Registration requirements. 2. Drug establishments need to list drug products and register the establishment. 3. Medical device companies must register the establishment and list all devices annually between October 1st and December 31st. 4. Cosmetic companies. Well, the Modernization of Cosmetics Regulation Act has stepped things up. Annual establishment registration is required as well as product listing. For all of these, if you're overseas or your company is physically located outside the United States, an FDA U.S. agent is a must, not optional. The FDA won't even accept your registration unless a U.S. agent is designated and agrees to be listed. How to hire one without losing sleep. Don't just Google and hope. While it's tempting to pick the first name you find, take a beat. Look for firms or individuals with proven FDA experience in your product category. It's like dating. Only the consequences are regulatory, including detention, import alerts, import refusals, fines instead of heartbreak. The reason for refusal includes but is not limited to products that appear to be 1. Adulterated, meaning the product is contaminated, is not safe or does not otherwise meet applicable standards. 2. Misbranded, meaning the labels contain false or misleading information. 3. An unapproved new drug. 4. Forbidden or restricted for sale. What can your U.S. agent provide assistance with in case of FDA hold or detention? If your product is held or detained by the FDA at a U.S. port or airport of entry, your U.S. agent, required for foreign food, drug, and device facilities, can assist in several critical ways. Here's what they can typically help with. Communication with the FDA. Documentation submission. Coordination with customs. A U.S. agent often works closely with your customs broker, including FedEx, UPS, DHL, or others, and helps align efforts between FDA and CBP, U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Ask about availability. Your U.S. agent should be responsive. The FDA doesn't wait around for emails to be returned. Make sure they're reachable and prepared to deal with inquiries. Understand the fees. Some charge flat annual rates, others may bundle in registration services or compliance consulting. Be sure to ask what's included and whether they'll help with renewals, updates, or emergency FDA requests. Sign a written agreement. This isn't a casual "we'll see how it goes" arrangement. You'll need formal documentation showing they've agreed to be your U.S. agent before you can complete FDA registration. Pro tip: don't DIY or do it yourself. Do not seek the assistance of a friend or relative in the United States to serve as U.S. agent. Avoid using the U.S. buyer of your products as U.S. agent. Unless you're also a regulatory guru in your spare time, we see you multitaskers hiring a seasoned U.S. agent is well worth it. Not only will it keep your registration on track, but it'll also save you from headaches, holdups, and potentially horrifying legal letters. In most cases, the registration of the foreign company is simply processed by the U.S. agent upon request and payment of a service fee. The following is really unusual. Fake U.S. agent used for FDA registration. More than 1,300 companies used one fictitious address and U.S. agent information to register with the FDA and exported products that did not meet U.S. requirements just to avoid paying U.S. agent service fees. In past enforcement cases, the FDA has flagged companies for submitting registrations with either fake U.S. agent contact info, using the name of a legitimate company without authorization. Those companies or individuals were blacklisted and placed on Import Alert 99/32, preventing shipments from entering the U.S. If the FDA determines that the registration involved false statements, those responsible may face civil penalties and/or criminal charges. Keep that in mind. Final thoughts. Hiring a U.S. agent for FDA registration isn't just a formality, it's a crucial step in getting your product into the hands of American consumers. Treat it like the serious business move it is, but don't be afraid to have a little fun with the process. After all, breaking into the U.S. market is a big deal. Why not enjoy the ride, and maybe celebrate with FDA compliant snacks when you're done? Contact ITB Holdings LLC at www.itbholdingsllc.com. Live support chat is available 24/7, including in foreign languages. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more valuable insights, tutorials, and industry updates. Hit the bell icon to receive notifications whenever we release new content. Until next time, stay safe, stay compliant, and stay tuned. See you next week.